An MVP candidate, a wide receiver superstar, and a hungry and experienced coach are the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl contenders. It's not a surprise to anyone who has been following the NFL this season. The Buffalo Bills are one of the favorites to reach the Super Bowl at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. They are a terrifying team with a chip on their shoulder, and most of that anger and desire comes from their head coach, Sean McDermott. This is McDermott's 6th year as a head coach of the Bills, but here's something that you might not know about him. McDermott spent 2 years as a defensive coordinator in Philadelphia, so he is no stranger to harsh weather conditions and fans. And he was for 6 years the defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers from 2011 to 2016. During that time, McDermott and his Panthers finished top of their divisions for 3 straight seasons, and even went to the Super Bowl where they lost to Peyton Manning's Broncos. Why can't Sean McDermott return to the Promised Land after such an extended absence? We believe he can because of his experience and expertise at calling plays that suit the nature of the moment and the game. And despite the fact he comes from a footballing defensive background, he has no issues throwing the ball way down the field because he trusts his staff and players. But who are the main players that are carrying this Buffalo team? Meet Josh Allen. He is in his 5th NFL year and one of the candidates to be named the league MVP. He has not missed a game from the 13 that have gone by and won 10 of them. He has thrown 470 passes for over 3,500 yards and has a pass completion percentage of 63.8% and 26 passing touchdowns to his name. And that is just with his arm. Here's what he's done with his legs. He has attempted 99 rushes and has rushed for over 620 yards, scoring 6 touchdowns in the process. His longest carry was the second longest of his career, where he rushed for 36 yards. So it is extremely impressive that a quarterback would rush that many times when he has the receiving weapons at his disposal. But still, Josh Allen is the type of quarterback to take off sprinting if he sees a running opportunity in the field and if his receivers aren't creating separation. What really distinguishes other quarterbacks from Josh Allen is the speed with which he makes a decision. He is so quick at releasing the ball and waiting exactly the right amount of time for the play to develop before making that play. In his mind, he's thinking pass first. But what if? That what if question is constantly swirling in his mind, and he usually has an answer. Even when the defense is hounding him, Josh Allen will try to find a way into the end zone. For instance, in their latest home game against division rivals, the New York Jets, Allen had the worst passing yard statistics of the season. He only threw for 147 passing yards, but still scored a touchdown through the air and one on the ground with his legs. He will find a way, even if in that game he got sacked 3 times. But it wasn't his overall game. Again against the Jets, this time away from home, Allen was sacked 5 times and threw 2 interceptions, scoring 0 touchdowns in the air. But he did have 2 on the ground. Josh Allen will find a way, and there's a part of him that feels he has to find a way because he owes it to his coach, his teammates, and the Bills fan base. All the weight of expectation is on his shoulders, and Josh Allen has proved time and time again that he can handle it. It's not just the numbers that catapult you into MVP status, but it's also the manner in which you deliver on a weekly basis. In his career dating back to 2018, Josh Allen has 10 fourth quarter comebacks and 14 game-winning drives. 3 of those 14 game-winning drives were this season against Dan Campbell's Lions, Lamar Jackson's Ravens, and Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs. What did he do in those games? Josh Allen had 8 total touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. But Allen knows it takes a village to lift a trophy, so who are the teammates helping the quarterback in their pursuit of greatness? There can only be one name that springs to mind, and that's wide receiver Stefon Diggs. Diggs is having a phenomenal season and hasn't missed a single game. This is his 3rd season with the Bills and has already picked up 2 Pro Bowl selections with the team. Diggs is the main man for Josh Allen and has shown Diggs his trust by targeting him the most. 133 times to be precise, which is 60 times more than the next receiver. Out of those 130 plus targets, Diggs has a catch completion percentage of 70.7%, over 1,200 yards receiving, and 10 touchdowns. With 4 games left in the regular season, Diggs has already surpassed his receiving yards and equaled the number of touchdowns. He's also only 9 receptions away from tying his Pro Bowl level of achievement from last season. Now in his 8th year, it should come as no surprise to see that Stefon Diggs is a professional who keeps on improving in order to reach his goal of becoming a Super Bowl champion. Diggs does have some help in the shape of teammates Gabriel Davis and Isaiah McKenzie, who have the 2nd and 3rd most targets on the receiving team respectively. Gabriel Davis is having a resurgent season where he has more receptions this season than he did the one prior, and just as many touchdowns. 6, with still more games to come. Whereas Isaiah McKenzie is 1 reception away from tying his career high receptions and has 4 touchdowns this season, 1 short of his career high. While both Davis and McKenzie don't have the highest catch percentages, they play a vital role in being distractions that defenses cannot afford to ignore. It is a wide receiver room that is fast and deadly, but who are the other players making a difference in the Bills' offense? Well, look no further than running back Devin Singletary. The workhorse back has had a relatively modest season in the position, but that's partly due to the nature of the Bills' offense. It is a pass-first team, and if the pass isn't open, quarterback Josh Allen is going to run with it. Now that kind of makes Singletary the odd man out, but not really. He is a vital component to this offense because sometimes the run game needs to be established, and Singletary is the reliable running back who can deliver. After 13 games, Singletary has only fumbled the ball twice from 145 attempts. Now that is low given that he has 10 fumbles in the last 3 seasons, and 5 of which came last season. Singletary is taking better care of the ball, which means a greater level of trust by head coach McDermott and more carries. This season, Singletary has 642 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. He also has 230 receiving yards and 1 receiving touchdown. There is no doubt that Singletary is bossing the running back department and helping his team achieve their desired goal of reaching a Super Bowl. But it takes more than just offense to get there. Who are the defenders making a statement for the Bills? The Bills have a collective that works tremendously well at shutting down defenses, but it has been the performances of the trio Jordan Poyer, Gregory Rousseau, and Matt Milano that have truly stood out. Jordan Poyer is their safety and has the most interceptions on the team with 4. Poyer has been the linchpin defender preventing big passing plays from happening, but he is not alone. Gregory Rousseau, the defensive end, leads the team in sacks and has 7 on the season. He has also forced 1 fumble and shown that his power and quickness are sometimes just too overwhelming for the offensive line. His ability to get to opposing quarterbacks has been a huge factor in the Bills' success. Then there's Matt Milano, who leads the team in tackles for a loss with 12. He has also got 77 tackles on the season as a linebacker, which is the 3rd most on the team. So the question has to be asked, can this defense and this offense win a Super Bowl? They are in a good position to do so given the expertise of the coaches and the talent of the players. The Bills were the favorites in preseason to be in the Super Bowl, and they are still in discussion after 13 games. If they manage to get home field advantage, then it would be difficult to see anyone beating them. Then again, we haven't seen the Bills in a pressure situation when they are 1 play from the Super Bowl. Still, when you have Josh Allen on your team, the man who has so many fourth quarter comebacks, your team's chances of making it to the Super Bowl are in great hands. Do you think that the Buffalo Bills will reach the Super Bowl? Could they win the whole thing? Please let us know in the comments below, but before you go, if you still want to watch awesome NFL content like this, go ahead and watch the next video that will pop on your screen.